Welcome to Odd Man Out, where this week, James and I, Faust, are going to try and convince Harrison here that he should play Enter the Gungeon.
Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with some basic information first.
This sounds like a gun things, and I don't like Jar Jar.
No.
Okay.
No, it's tongue-in-cheek, but believe me, bullets and guns feature heavily in this game. So it was released this year, 2016, by Dodge Roll, the developer, and the publisher Devolver Digital, who is pretty well known in the indie scene.
Yes.
It is classified as a roguelike bullet hell.
Roguelike bullet hell.
Yeah. So
okay.
So, have you ever played Rogue Legacy?
Yes.
Side-scrolling dungeon one where you go through a dungeon repetitively.
Yes.
And you get different power-ups,
and you also unlock the castle, unlock guys. So this is kind of the same, but it's not a side-scrolling one. It's more of a, Legend of Zelda top view, like that, Link to the Past.
Yeah, definitely a Link to the Past kind of.
Yeah, so it's top view like that. And it has the same idea of that one. You go into a dungeon, except you're fighting bullets.
Okay.
With bullets.
Be fair. Gungeon.
They call it the Gungeon.
So, this is procedurally generated. The story thus far is that there stood this gigantic fortress, and all of a sudden it was destroyed by a gigantic bullet. Gigantic bullet. This is the thing you'll see in the opening cutscene.
Okay.
And then the fortress was slowly rebuilt by what is known as the gun dead.
Really?
Which are sentient bullets.
Is this a Gunmerica game?
No.
Okay.
This is completely like it's kind of sci-fi, kind of galactic, kind of doesn't really matter. Sort of a tongue-in-cheek because it's a video game. That comes up a lot. A lot of humor in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Think about anything that is even vaguely gun-shaped, and it'll probably be a gun that features in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
And you get variety of weapons. You go through each level, and it's randomly generated. It's not like it's just specific bosses per room.
And since you're saying roguelike, if your character dies, you have to start over?
You have to start over at the front. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you do have your choice of different classes that start with different gear, but they don't really have much in the way of, like, differing stats or anything. They all basically move the same speed and aim the same way.
They have some abilities.
But those are provided by
the Marine has a call for ammo backup.
Yeah.
And the pilot has a lockpick, so he has a chance to pick a chest, because you get some guns in a chest.
I've never heard of a pilot that could pick locks.
It's just this. He's supposed to be some like roguish scoundrel.
He's supposed to be like Gambit from X-Men.
He's Han Solo.
Let's
just be fair.
He
fires a blaster pistol. And he's one of his special abilities is apparently he has this ability to negotiate with the merchants on the floors to get
Though I don't really
prices.
see that though.
So why didn't they just call him a smuggler?
He is a smuggler.
Smugglers are different than pilots. Pilots are upright.
I don't know. I guess it's just to make sure that nobody gets
They also
litigious.
have a convict in there too, man, who has a Molotov cocktail that stays there longer than it should.
And the convict can't lockpick? This game sounds awful already.
Okay, so before we let you get to your questions, I do have to mention one thing. I need to be honest. I would not have played this game if it weren't for if we didn't pick it for the show. I've looked at this game before, and I didn't really think I wanted to pick it up.
Okay.
There are two things that I do want to mention that kind of redeemed this game for me.
Okay.
The first one is the very obvious one. It does have a super soaker in it. It covers the entire floor with water when you fire it. It has. It pushes enemies back. It stuns them. It's just a really fun weapon to use. It's very weak.
Okay.
Because it's a water gun.
It's a water gun.
Yeah. Now that is kind of the humor that you can expect from this kind of thing. Is that it's a game about guns, and so anything that is even vaguely gun is in this game.
Like earlier when I was playing, I got a giant fire ant gun, and I spat out different types of bullets from the ant's mouth: fire, ice, and electricity from an ant.
And then the other gun that redeemed the game for me, and this was most recently today when I was playing it, I picked up a gun called the lowercase r.
Oh, yes.
It's a letter. It is basically an ASCII letter and blown up to the size of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And when you fire it, the bullets is fire spell out bullets.
And it says
and the gun
bullets. And it's a powerful weapon, too.
You know how long it's been since I had to pause a game because I was laughing so hard?
Well,
bullets.
Sounds like it was a good game for you to pick up.
It's really, I'm pleasantly surprised.
And I got it on sale. You can get it on sale too.
It goes on sale quite often.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very good time waster.
So yeah,
But actually, I think of it more of a more than just a time waster, in my opinion.
So if it's a time waster, how long is it, take to typically play it and to die? Basically, like Rogue Legacy, you can always stop, after, like, say, I'm going to go through once or twice or 3 times, and there's a kind of a time set.
Well, this one has a lot of weapons to unlock, a lot of achievements for a game.
So there's a lot of get all the things.
Yeah.
It's not just going through the Gungeon itself.
Yeah.
That's what what I'm talking about is actually going through the Gungeon itself. What's, because since it's roguelike, obviously you're going to die at some point, and while there's unlocks and everything. What I'm saying is, what's the typical time, on average, to go through before you
Say I'm
die?
done.
I'd say about 5 to 8 minutes per floor. There are 5 floors and that's only because I've only made it to the boss of the 2nd floor.
I've made it to the 4th.
Yeah, I've only made it to the boss of the 2nd floor, and on average, I usually get about 13 minutes in.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say about 13 minutes, 13 to 20 minutes, and then you could play a game. I mean, I think of it more than just a time waster now because I played 19 hours of this game so far.
Okay.
And I've only done about 3 or 4.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Co-op. There's a co-op in it, and the second player has to be the cultist. So as much as I'm saying good things about the game, I am going to tell you some bad things about the game. Now, the cultist is essentially, he fires a Nerf gun.
Okay.
With tiny little Nerf things. They hit the wall and
the
they go
darts and stick. Yeah.
And they stick. So you start off with a crappy gun. The bad part about it is when player 1 dies and you drop your weapons and if I pick them up and I'm player 2, I can't drop them from you again. As far as I found, I cannot drop them. If you die and I pick up your weapons,
he gets your weapons.
I get your weapons.
As the cultist?
Mm-hmm. Well, the cultist can pick up weapons generally throughout the game, but I'm saying, as player 1, you can drop a weapon. I'm done with this weapon. You can have it.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
That's
as
how you
player
sell
2.
items and weapons in the game.
Yeah, you drop them down to a little guy and he gives you bullets, which are used as currency.
Okay.
To buy
I
more
think they're
stuff.
more like casings, but
casings. Yeah. But that's my only complaint about it is the second player has very limited things that you can do with it.
Okay.
So it is. I would say it's a very structured kind of grind to it. I would say that unlocking all of the things, it would take you dedicated play probably about a week. Just because of the sheer amount of stuff that you have to unlock and find.
I'd say about 60 hours worth of gameplay.
If you were going for 100%, it would take you a while.
It would take a while.
For 100%. But what I was looking
playing
for...
the actual dungeon, it would be...
there's set times, basically.
40 minutes, maybe an hour.
Okay.
To get all the way down to the bottom. But like I said, I'm barely making it past the 2nd floor.
Yeah, it
with all the stuff
gets
I've unlocked.
ridiculous at points, man. The
it
maps
starts...
like once you get to level 4,
it ramps everything up. And apparently the boss, the game says the boss at the very end is the hardest of all. Naturally.
Right.
So, be forewarned, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's...
But second player, the dual option is fun.
Okay.
Yeah, co-op does give it a different spin. Definitely.
It does. It's not just a boring, like, you're player 1, you're player 2.
So what happens if the second player dies?
If anybody dies, you get 1 automatic res with the cultist because he has a heart that can resurrect the person once.
Otherwise, you have to defeat the boss of the floor you're on.
Or you can go to
find
a
him in a
chest.
chest.
If you go to a chest and one of your partners is dead, you sacrifice whatever's in that chest and you res your friend.
So basically, there are points where basically the other person could be sitting out because they failed too hard.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Awesome.
And the one thing that we've discovered that you can do to cheese it is when you defeat the boss, you get a free res.
You get a free res.
So whoever's the lowest health can die on
and
that
then
boss.
get a free res as long as you cooperate with each
res
other.
at full health.
How do you kill a boss with a Nerf gun, though?
You don't. You pick up another weapon.
You hopefully pick up another weapon.
Yeah, you pick up another weapon.
Otherwise, you're going to die.
That's the arrangement
Basically.
I have with my friend is he could play the first player, I'll play the cultist, but I get the first weapon that pops up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way we were running it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So the cultist is allowed to use other weapons
Yeah.
besides the Nerf gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the default weapons, I will say, I don't think they're as weak as people imply, but I haven't really unlocked that many other guns.
And I'm good with the Nerf gun. I'm good with it.
I mean, it can't.
You just
take
got to
out a
remember
lot of
which
the lower
character's
enemies.
which.
And it does have, like, your starting weapon does have infinite ammo,
Okay.
but that's
Everything
the only
else has a limit.
Yeah, but it's also one of the weaker guns that you're going to find. That said, I like playing the convict, and her gun is fires as fast as you can pull the trigger.
A shotgun.
And it has, well, she has a shotgun, but it also her revolver fires as fast as you can pull the trigger, and it's got really great accuracy on it.
It does.
So
does the Marines.
Those seem to be like the major things for me, is being able to get a lot of bullets exactly where I want them to be.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I don't really like is I don't like bullet hells. So having to like navigate those patterns of bullets, and it's all the patterns that you've seen before, the blooming irises and the flowers and the geometric patterns and things like that. And I'm really glad that they gave you a mechanic to erase the bullets on the screen, like most bullet hells will. But having to navigate your hitbox through all of that just seems like a level of skill that I'm not.
We're supposed to be convincing him to play this game.
That's it. It's a bullet hell. If you like bullet hells, it's definitely fun playing. I would definitely give this game a recommendation.
I would too, as I played 19 hours of it.
Okay.
And it has been announced there's going to get DLC soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, DLC.
Yep, a DLC. So more characters and more rooms, most likely.
So how much does this game cost when it's not on sale?
When it is not on sale,
$15.
Yeah.
15?
About 15.
About $15.
Yeah, I got it for $8.
Okay.
I got it for about 10.
Are there any other platforms you can get this on besides?
Yes. It is available for PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac, and Mac OS.
Okay.
But
so
no Xbox.
No Xbox One.
Yeah.
Wah, wah. You know what? Just because Xbox One can't get it makes me want to pick it up. That convinced me right there.
PC Master Race.
PC Master
Race now. I used to be a console person, and I found God. I'm at PC Master Race.
All right. Well, I think...
So what
do you think?
What do you think? What would you give this game an honest try?
Yeah, I already said I'd pick it up, especially when you said that Xbox One can't get it.
You were serious.
Yes,
I thought you were joking.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, man.
Oh, glory to the PC Master Race.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. That was Odd Man Out, where Harrison here has been convinced to play Enter the Gungeon. Of course, we do this every week, so let us know what games you think we should try. Let us know what you think of our show. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.
Later.
2000 for PlayStation 1, and recently it has been, so the entire Minecraft, this is a viable alternative with
Yes.